I wanted to kind of talk about, so like in the ending scene, towards the end there, where Schneider was trying to get the Grail. She's very greedy and was like, "Oh, I can get it," reaching for it very desperately. And then almost immediately after, we have Indy in pretty much that same position where he's like, "No, I can get it." When I kind of saw that,
I hope I get it.
Yeah, I kind of went back and just thought about some of the other scenes like throughout this movie and was starting to kind of question is like how motivated is Indy still by like doing this for the good as much as just like I want this, I want this, I want this. And I kind of just think about now that Indy's probably been doing this for several years now. Is he still like the good person just because he ends up bringing them back to like the museum, or is this still just kind of like his selfish like I get to steal things that are cool and shiny, but they still get to go somewhere else? And I just kind of thought about that a lot after seeing that immediate like same greed that Schneider had. And I was thinking about, is Indy really better than everybody else, or does he just happen to win more?
Well, the thing I was thinking about was because Spielberg in the commentary focuses so much on like Lucas brings him the story, like kind of the idea for the story, and then Spielberg's talking about, well, he wants it to be a father-son story. And then you think about Indy goes and he finds that cross in the beginning of the movie. And it has to do like with that. I don't know that you can directly tie that one to his dad, but he goes and he finds that cross, and then he's going through all this shit because when he finds out his dad's missing, he goes and he's like, Dad, looking around his house and shit. He's all concerned. Whereas, when they talk, it makes it really sound like he's kind of bitter about everything that, transpired between them. But he's very concerned about him. And so then in the end, where he's sitting there reaching for the Grail, I don't know whether it was supposed to be kind of symbolic of, was he reaching for the Grail because he was like, his dad's a Grail, what do you call him? Grail, not conspiratist. That's not the right word. Anyway, enthusiast, probably. I think
he like devoted his whole life essentially.
Yeah. Grail lore.
Years.
There we go. Yeah. He specializes in Grail lore. That's what he says to Donovan. And so I was like, my thought there was like, well, is he like, I'm going to get it for my dad. Like, I'm going to get it.
You know what? That's an interesting way to kind of think about it. Yeah.
I never thought about it that way. That's pretty good.
I was thinking about the human greed and not the ever need to impress your daddy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's funny. Like, small counterpoint is, I thought Indy was grittier and like more of a scumbag in Raiders, and they kind of like through Temple and this one, kind of made him less of a rough-edged, shittier like grave robber and more of like an archaeologist. Mm-hmm. And so it's funny that you're just like, is Indy doing these things, and like maybe he gets off and like he gets his rocks off of like, I want to steal this, and that's the only thing I care about. I don't care about the value or anything. It's just like, here, museum.
It's the right pursuit, thing. The find, and the getting it. After that, he doesn't need it. Yeah,
but from a lot of people commenting on things, it was just like, yeah, he seemed kind of a slightly watered down version of himself. Where I was like, I could see it. Like, he seems like less of a scumbag. But I think the only thing they have to take that off of is in Raiders is the very first scene of Raiders. Of, like, stealing this idol. Oh, everybody, this is their deity, and I just took it. Nah, fuck it. Run to the plane.
Yeah.
Like, that type of thing. So